I'll tell you a funny story. I used to work in a supermarket as well when I left school. Both Zach and I did actually. We both worked in supermarkets. I think you do a wonderful job with them, and like all your volunteer work, it takes a lot of your time, it takes a lot of your energy, but these little kids are going to remember it forever.
And you're going to be a part of it too.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to be able to be.
There was the time that I no longer feel comfortable with the job. I was very young, and being in the resort, you get to experience a lot of harassment.
Welcome to 11 Minutes with My Lodi. This is a platform to learn all about the most amazing things, the challenging things, and the ins and outs of being a virtual assistant with Virtual Spotter. Welcome to 11 Minutes with My Lodi. We're back. Today we're catching up with team leader Hannah. Boss Han, TL Han. It's going to be an exciting chat. She's a wonderful person. A very caring and kind person. Actually, maybe one of the most caring and most kind people I've ever met. To Han, she's very, very kind, very smart. Hey, Han, how are you today?
I'm good, boss. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you. I'm amazing. I'm all the better for catching up with you again, Han. I'm excited for another chat.
Yes, me too, boss.
Thanks so much for jumping on. And welcome to 11 Minutes with My Lodi. So I'm excited you've been with us for a long time now, and I think the core team of Virtual Spotter know who you are, they know what you do, they know where your values lie, but I think this is going to be a cool opportunity for us to be able to share some of them things that we already know about you with the rest of the team. So I'm really excited to uncover all the things about TL Han. Where are you from, Han? Like where do you live at now, and where did you grow up?
Laguna, boss. That's the province. It's Laguna. I think it's an hour and a half from Manila.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm renting my own apartment. It's nearby. It's near our family home. I just want some time alone. That's why.
I actually didn't know that. How long have you been doing that for? I didn't know that.
It's been a year, boss.
Wow. When you say alone, you're not completely alone. You have a lot of animals, yeah?
Oh, yeah. That's actually one reason, boss. Because if I bring all my animals in our home, I think I'll be kicked out.
Yeah.
I'll get another space for them. And I got a new dog.
No, another new dog. So how many dogs now?
A bully, boss. An American bully.
Wow. What color is it?
It's a brown and gray.
So how many dogs is that now?
4.
4 dogs. And how many cats?
7. 7, boss. So I think all my salary
goes to food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they get along?
They're friends. But the bully is still in a cage. I'm still trying to get close to him.
Yeah.
He weighs almost twice as me.
No way.
Careful about it.
Wow. And was he a rescue dog?
No, boss. So there was this person who needs to give away all his pets because his wife passed away, and I'm lucky to get one.
What's its name?
The dog is Lycan.
Lycan.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but I didn't get a chance to teach.
Yeah, it sounds cool. So you live, you have your own apartment now, which is amazing. Do you have any flatmates, or it's just you?
It's just me, boss. But if my sister needs some quiet time alone, she comes here.
That's cool.
She's already teaching, so she needs a quiet space.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight the fact that you moved out into your own space. There's obviously a large cost involved in that, and that's not super common. It's not super common in Australia, to be totally honest, but it's even less common in the Philippines. Typically, that they would stay in the family home because it's cheaper, and that's what a lot of Filipinos like to do. Is that fair to say?
Yes, well, actually, I think my family is not very happy the first time I moved out because, of course, I'm a woman. I'm single, so they kind of worried of what might happen, especially when I'm alone. But then I think they realize I need some quiet time for myself, and I need some time to sleep a lot without anyone waking me up.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that that first of all, you put yourself in a position to be able to do it and then take the plunge. Because it would be easier for you to stay at home, right? Let's be honest. It's like your parents will cook, like everything's done for you at home mostly. Like everyone contributes to the family home. But when you move out on your own, you got to do all them things yourself.
Yes, boss. And I have to manage my own finances. Like I just realized everything is expensive.
Absolutely.
Electricity bill, water bill, everything.
Are your neighbors like, are they nice? Is everyone sort of like, is there a little community in your apartment?
No, boss, but I live near the community center.
Okay.
It's actually inside the community center, but there's not much going on right now.
Yep, cool. So you move out, you're in your own apartment. Your family home, are they close to where you live now?
Yes, boss. I think 10 to 15 minutes away.
Okay. Easy.
Yes. They are here most of the time.
That's cool. Or they come to visit you?
Yes. And sometimes they just want to do nothing.
Hang out.
Yeah.
Disturb me here.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So tell us a little bit about your childhood, Han. Like, where did you go to school and what was schooling like?
Schooling is fun for me. I have my grandma pick me from school and send me to school in the morning. It was a fun childhood because I don't know, boss. When I was a kid, I liked being on the stage, like singing and dancing, but those skills just disappeared growing up, and it was fun. The only thing that I think I did not excel is art, like drawings, painting. I didn't excel in that, but standing in front, it's something I can say a part of me.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So because I remember even when you're talking about singing or being on stage, I remember like even a year ago, you were doing a lot of singing and things like that. And I see less of that now.
That's only shared on Instagram.
Yeah.
People can see it.
Yeah. And so
I don't know. I'm not so confident with it.
Yeah. I remember you saying about, like, I remember you talking about that on our TL night about how you were sharing less. Is that right? Like you wanted to keep a little bit more private?
Yes, boss. Yes.
Yeah. So you still do a lot of singing and dancing, just no one sees it.
Singing, boss, but dancing, no. Because I'm not sure, boss, if this is something you're familiar with, but growing up, I was very thin. So I look like a stick dancing. That's why I never enjoyed dancing. It doesn't look good on me.
Yeah. But you can sing and you enjoy singing?
I think I can sing, but not the one that's going to be a popular singer.
It's almost like a rite of passage. If you're Filipino, you have to be able to sing in some capacity. Every Filipino can sing.
Yes, boss. That's why you have to sing next year.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe I need to take some singing lessons because I'm a long way from being able to sing properly.
You gotta practice, boss.
Lots of practice for sure, for sure. So at school, you enjoyed learning, not so much arts and crafts. And did you study after school?
Yes, boss. There are a few subjects where we are required to study art, but I didn't excel really in that part. I think it's one of my lowest grades.
Yeah. And did you go to college?
Oh yes, boss. It's a vocational course, business administration.
Okay.
Because I love making money.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the other rite of passage for Filipino. You have to be able to sing and you have to be able to love making money.
Yes, boss. I'm actually saving up, boss, because I want to put up a small bakery.
Yeah.
Still a way to go, but we'll see.
That's exciting. And what will you sell in the bakery? Tell me, I'm sure you've done this, right? I'm sure you've envisioned what it looks like, the colors, what you'll sell. Tell me about your bakery.
I want it to be very Filipino, boss.
Yeah?
The usual morning bread, if you try the pandesal, that's the typical Filipino bread for breakfast. And then the usual snack, because, everything is expensive. So I think we need to eat something that's cheap, but will make you full. And for the design, I'm not sure about it yet, but I think I'll also use a Filipino design, like the bahay kubo type. I think it's more convenient cheaper, and aesthetically nice.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. Where will you have to lease like a building for that, or can you like how can you be like? Will that be in a building, or will it be like street food? What will it be?
I think I have to lease, boss, because the baking needs a space, and that pandesal requires a lot of space because it takes an overnight for the bread to, you know, to get its full size. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm still trying to understand how that business will go, but
Yeah.
I hope soon.
One day. So business admin, how long did that take to finish that course?
That's 2 years, boss. I graduated before I turned 18.
Okay. And
So I worked for 18.
yeah, and what were you doing? What was your first job?
This is a funny story. I worked as a cashier in a supermarket so I can pay for my graduation fee.
Yeah. That's cool.
I don't know why they accepted me because I was still a minor by that time, but yeah, I was able to pay for my tuition.
That's cool. And was it like a supermarket, like you were like a general store?
Yes, boss. So I have to scan all the grocery items. Sometimes I have to help with bagging, packaging, just to make sure the work is smooth. But overall, it's a fun experience. But I don't think I'll go back to that
Yeah.
job because it's kind of hard and tiring standing for 8 hours a day, wearing high heels.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. I used to work in a supermarket as well when I left school.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Both Zach and I did actually. We both worked in supermarkets for a little while, which is cool. And then, so how long were you in that job for?
I think 6 months, boss. And then I find another job.
What was that? What was the next job?
It's a resort. That's for 3 years.
Wow.
I work for a resort here. As you know, boss, the area that I'm living, it's called the resort capital of the Philippines. Like there's a sort private pool, private resort, literally beside each other.
Really?
Actually, one of the first job that trusted me because I was very young. I turned 18, and there's some yeah, like you and boss Zach, like there's a big opportunity given to me that time, so it's fun. I have to plan events, wedding, debuts, birthday parties, and sometimes even team building events.
That's cool. And so I imagine like a lot of the work in your local area would have been like around like housekeeping or cooking and them style roles.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. And it also tells me that the area that you live in is like really beautiful as well, right? Like if all the resorts, is it on the coastline?
No, boss. I don't know why we have so much water in the area, but it's beautiful place.
Yeah, wow. Is it just really good weather, or like why is it so popular?
Oh, because there's a lot of choices. There is like a joke here, boss. Like if it's Christmas or summer, all the companies all over the Philippines are coming in this area.
Wow, that's cool.
Waiting to do their Christmas party, so the traffic is also huge.
Yeah. Should we have a party there one day? Should we have like our VS one day? Or
I think boss, John's is already asking for suggestions, and I think there's one place here that you might enjoy, but I don't know. They might still think about it.
Yeah, that's cool. So you were there for 3 years. Why did you leave that role?
I don't know. I don't know, boss. I think some of the older men can't be trusted. There was the time that I no longer feel comfortable with the job because I was young. I think I started 18 up to 22 years old. So I was very young, and being in a resort, you get to experience a lot of harassment, things like that. So I think, and it's also the place, boss, where I learned how to drink alcohol. So I said, oh no, it's not for me anymore.
Yeah. That sounds well. Again, it was a smart decision for you to go, hey, I don't think this is the best environment for me, and move on.
Yes.
And what did you do after that?
I worked for a call center.
Yep.
And then the pandemic hit, and I found you.
Yeah. So tell me, like, I imagine the call center, is that a challenging task?
It's very challenging, boss. Like, I don't think the salary is enough for the pressure and
Yeah.
the mental health effect of the job, because you have to answer all customers, especially in the US.
Yeah.
Like everyone's
Everyone's mad. Yeah. Everyone's cranky, and they're cranky with you because you're the only one that they can talk to.
yes, boss, exactly.
Is that, I imagine that would be like, that would like take a lot of your energy. Yeah. Like, how did you manage that?
Actually, boss, I don't know how I managed that, because it's very tiring. You have to travel for 1 hour and a half just to go to the office, and another 2 hours going home. So if you arrive, or if you're finally home, it's already morning, because we work at night. So it's already morning, the sun is up, and it's very hard to get to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what are the environment like? Explain to me what the environment is like in that BPO. Is it like a big room full of people? Like, do you have your own little area? Like, what is the environment like there?
Yes, boss. So in a BPO, there is a it depends on what account you have, but mostly there is over 100 computer in one room, and the AC, of course, is super cold. And you have one cubicle for each of the agents. You have a team leader that monitors all your stats. You have to log in and log out. So it's the normal office setup. It's just that there's so many people. The only good thing that we have, I think, is the free coffee.
Yeah. So and so you have like do you have like a half an hour lunch break or an hour lunch break and a morning tea break, or what breaks do you have?
We have a 15-minute break for the first half of shift, and then lunch break, and then another 15 minutes.
How long's your lunch break?
On lunch break, boss, it's an hour. So we bring our own food, because it's cheaper and more
Quicker.
delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, did you meet some cool people in that role, and anyone that you still talk to now?
Oh yes. If you know Stephanie, boss, one of our VAs, we met and we became friends.
That's amazing. That's really cool. And so what were some of the skills that you learned from that position?
Oh, first is how to empathize with with a person who's into in a terrible situation, and patience, because we need a lot of patience and understanding, because people come into different attitudes, different situations, different ways on how to deal with their problems. So patience, empathizing, and of course, boss, physically, I knew how to properly take care of myself, because I before I don't really take vitamins, but when I work for a BPO, I think it is required by my body to take some supplements just to make sure that I am healthy.
Wow. How did you used to get to work?
We have a public. Um, I used to ride a public vehicle, boss. So waiting in the terminals is kind of tiring. It consumes hours or maybe long minutes. So you sometimes have to sleep in the car, in the public jeepney.
Yeah. And if you're working of a night time as well, I imagine you're leaving like late afternoon. Is that right, to go to work? So it's like really hot.
Yes, boss. So I have a shift like 7 p.m. So I have to leave like 5 p.m. and then I'll go home before dawn.
Yeah, 7, and then it takes you. So you finish it. What time did you finish?
Sometimes it's 4 a.m., 3 a.m. So we have we have sleeping quarters. So if there's still no schedule for bus or for van services, you can take a nap.
That's cool. Yeah, interesting. And so what made you decide to like leave the BPO and look to be a virtual assistant?
Yeah, so you remember the pandemic was, right? And during that time, there's a limit in travels, and we aren't really into a work from home setup. So it's not working for me. And the risk of getting COVID just to go to work is something that I don't like, because I have my grandparents at home, which is, I think they are high risk for the COVID. I resigned and tried to find a different job that's something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, what does it mean for you now to be able to work from home?
Oh, it's very, very convenient, boss. This is such a big blessing for me. And I think to the rest of virtual spotter VAs, because, even if the pandemic hits again, but I hope not, but even if it hits again, I know we have a job, and we're not alone. And, I love being friends with the rest of the team, even if we don't really meet in person.
Yeah, it's like a little it's like a little family, right? Like we might only see each other like once a year, maybe, but we talk and we interact and we're watching. We might follow each other on social media and like we're a part of each other's lives.
Yes, that's actually funny, because if you're going to think about it, we don't really have like a physical contact with each other. But the day, I remember, boss, when I first met you, or I think it was boss Zach who I saw first, you guys give us a big hug.
Yeah,
And, we only see you on the screen, but
yeah,
for you guys to treat as like we are someone living near you,
yeah,
someone that you get to pass by every day, is a big
yeah,
thing.
yeah, for sure. Because like we talk, especially you and I, like we talk like a lot, like multiple times each week. So I feel like I do, like we've only met each other and interacted twice, right? Or three times maybe. But like I feel like I know who you are, and I know your values, and I know you.
I think, boss, it's a gift. I believe there are people with gifts of like identifying, knowing the person, even if they don't really know them. So I think you guys have that gift.
And I'm grateful for Virtual Spotter to be able to bring us all together, because imagine if Virtual Spotter didn't exist, then like I would never have ever met you ever. And like it's pretty cool that Virtual Spotter was it was the tool that we used to bring us all together, and we've created friendships that are really important to all of us. And like this business has done that, which is really cool. Like take away everything else, take away um, all the tasks that we do, take away all the clients that we help, like the ability for us to be able to build community inside our teams and like connect us all, like that is incredible. Probably something that we don't give enough thought to.
Yes, and not everyone is lucky to encounter this kind of job. If you're going to check online, you will see how some of the VAs from other companies are laid off without proper endorsement, or they are just laid off for no reason. And
Yeah.
of course, they have a grudge towards their employers. And I don't think virtual spotter VAs will encounter that with you, because you all treat us like a friend.
Yeah, for sure. And also like I want that, like that's deliberate, right? Like I want that to be a part of the role. Because I've worked in undesirable jobs before, and I know that my mental health or my well-being has been affected, and I don't think any job or any like your responsibility at work shouldn't have a negative impact on the way that you feel. If anything, it should be the opposite of that, right? Like we should be able to come to work and know that we are in a safe place. All our team members care about us, and I'll even go so far as like if I'm going to hold you accountable to do what I expect, like that's helping you. Like I want you to grow from working at Virtual Spotter, not just have like the comfortability of like being in a family, but like I want you to be better. And sometimes that might like it might seem like there might be pressure there, but I think we're all smart enough to understand that like we're a team of winners, and winners look after each other and hold each other accountable.
And the one thing I appreciate with you and Virtual Spotter team is that the feedback, may it be good or bad, it doesn't make us feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, remember what you said on the meeting yesterday about giving feedbacks, and it's very helpful for us because we don't feel bad even if we did something that's not 100% satisfactory. But the way that you guys, the way Joms and Ben gives us feedback makes us feel motivated to do better.
Yeah, yeah, because it's not like it's not punishing. Like there's no, yeah, like we're not punishing anyone. It's like, hey, I feel like you could have done, and I don't think any of us ever expect something that we don't think could be achieved. Like I don't expect anything from you that I don't think that you could do. So if there's an expectation from me to you, it's because I believe in you, right? Like you can perceive that as pressure sometimes, but like even the role that you're in, right? Like it's like I think that Hannah can do this role. That might have come as a surprise to you, but it's like I believe her characteristics, her values, the way that she handles herself, the way that she communicates, the way that she does her role. Like I think that she could be a leader. So like that might come across as pressure in the beginning, but ultimately it's because I believe in you.
Yes, yes, boss. We appreciate that kind of trust.
Yeah. So yeah, you're yeah, like not being able to not have to commute in a chimney with, how many people can you get in there? Like 30 or 40?
Oh, on the public jeepney, I think 22 persons.
Okay. You don't have to sit in like a hot, sweaty public bus and then go to work for 8 hours and then turn around.
If you ride a bus, you don't get sweaty. But if you ride the jeepney, which is cheaper, all the sweats from your elbows.
Passengers. Yeah. That's wild. Yeah. Yeah. And so tell me about like your values now. Like what are some of the things that you do outside of work?
Oh, at the start of work, boss, since the kind of task that I have right now is kind of a free time, since I work on our social media, so I have to start by checking on the members of my team. How are they going? If they're starting their day, checking on their logins if they're already there, and just do the usual stuff. I check on our social media, our social media engagements, and scheduling with the help of Frances and Kimfer, of course.
Yeah, cool. And what about outside of work? What are some of the things you do outside of work?
After work, boss, aside from sleeping, I'm with my pets, and I'm trying to start working out now, boss, because I like the way I like my body type, but I feel like it could be better. I want to have a bit of muscle or an abs or something.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that. So what are you doing? Like what sort of workouts are you doing?
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but it's this kind of an equipment where you got to pull your knees up to your elbows. And then I started jogging, which is fun because I rarely go out in the morning. And right now, after I started jogging, I got to see the sunlight.
So good. Amazing. That's the best feeling ever. Like getting up early in the morning before the sun and then running and then watching the sunrise is like the most magical thing ever. You know what I really love about the sunrise is that to me, the sunrise to me is the universal symbol of a second chance. So like it's a new day. Like whatever happened yesterday doesn't matter because the sun is coming up today. And the other cool part of that is that at one day we will never see a sunrise again. Like one day that sunrise will be the last one we ever see. And I think that we become complacent and think that because we saw a sunrise today, then we'll assume that we see a sunrise tomorrow. But at some stage, that's not going to be the case. Like we're all going to die and then we won't be able to see that beautiful sunrise anymore. The other cool thing is that beautiful sunrise that you see is the same beautiful sunrise that I see. And we're in different parts of the world.
Yeah, you're just saying it 2 hours earlier.
Yeah.
But it was right.
Yeah.
You got to see the same sky, same sun.
Same moon. Yeah. I thought of this when I was in Germany last year. I looked at the moon and I was like, oh, wow. Someone else in another part of the world is looking at the same moon that I'm looking at. Like, that's wild. Like, when you look at the moon tonight, I can look at the moon and we're looking at the same moon. Like that's pretty cool.
Yes, yes. It's something that reminds us how amazing this world could be, and that every
Yeah.
morning, as you mentioned, was is a second chance for us to live. And that second chance, every day, I don't want to waste any second of it. I want to make sure
Yeah.
it's fun, it's worth it, it's not
Yeah.
wasted.
For sure. So do you think that you would do any running events?
Not yet, boss. I'm trying, though I have a plan of organizing a fun run for a cause, but it's still a long journey because we have a lots of permits that we need to process. But hopefully, because it's a for a cause, so I hope people will support it.
Okay, cool. What's it going to be? That will be your first one.
That's going to be my first fun run if it pushes through.
Yeah, that would be cool. I know I'd love for Virtual Spotter to try to be a part of that in some capacity if we can, boss. Like even from a sponsor or something, that would be cool.
Yes, we can invite them, boss. Those who are near my area.
Yeah, but even like outside of that, like Virtual Spotter can like help pay for some of it, or maybe we can pay for admission for some kids that are maybe underprivileged. I think that would be really cool.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, there's a few people starting to run. There's a few VS team members starting to run and walk and move more. Like it makes me incredibly happy, and I think it's because I know how moving or exercising early in the morning is the most amazing way for me personally to start my day. I know how amazing it makes me feel, and I would hope that I want you to share that feeling as well.
And it's actually, I don't know, it's kind of it's therapeutic. You feel good after.
It's like meditation. It's like you feel at peace. Like it's because it's hard, right? Like getting up early in the morning and running is undesirable. It's hard. Like it's not like the most fun thing to do. The most fun thing to do is to stay in bed. Like that's like, it's like I'm comfortable right now. So, but when you do, you get up and you go for a run, you get to see that sunrise. Like, deep down that you're starting your day in full control. And I think that's really, really cool. It's powerful. And because we're mostly at our desk all day, so we don't get to move around very often. So even just the ability to be able to move around and be active is incredibly powerful.
And it's healthy, boss. Especially if you're a big eater, it's very healthy.
Would you do the F45 workouts from home on your computer, the at home ones?
Not yet, boss. I haven't checked my access, but me and the team, we are planning to use it. I'm not sure when we're going to meet, but we're planning to do it all together.
We should set up something that like once a week at like some time we all do it together.
I like that, boss.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's organize there's like one time that works for everyone, and then we all get together, like obviously virtually, and we all do the workout together.
And I think everyone would love that.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it's another way that, because there's a level of accountability in that. Because if I know that Hannah's doing the workout at the same time, it's a little bit like what we're talking about with the moon. Like when you look at the moon, I'm looking at the moon. There's a connection there. When you're doing that workout at exactly the same time I'm doing that workout, I feel like there's a connection between us, and we're like suffering together almost.
Yeah, there's something mutual that we're having fun with.
Yeah, for sure. You spoke about eating before. You're a pretty big eater, yeah? You love food, is that right?
Yes, boss, absolutely.
Yeah. What's your favorite food?
I love eating seafoods.
Yeah. Did you like what seafood did we have at the TL party? The tempura prawns. That were delicious.
I love that, but it's kind of expensive, so I can eat that when I did something so good that I think I deserve it.
Yeah. What's an example of something like that you would treat yourself? Like,
I love cooking or eating buttered shrimp, especially when I'm sick.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my comfort food. And aside from seafoods, I love eating pizza, pasta. I don't know, but I don't know why I don't mention any Filipino food, but I just love eating.
Yeah. And do you like eating sweets as well? Like chocolate and ice cream?
Yes, boss. But right now I'm trying to lessen my intake.
Yeah.
I don't know. Boss, do you know if it's true that sweets causes pimples?
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to like reduce it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's just I've actually read a couple of really good books on food, and the way there's a good book called, I think it's called It Starts with Food, and it goes into, there's another one that I'm listening to right now. It's called um, UPF, Ultra Processed Food. Yeah. And it talks about like how food is manufactured, and like, for example, chocolates or chips, like that food is designed and engineered in a way for you not to want to stop. You know, for you just to want to consume, consume, consume. It doesn't care about what it does to your body, right? But like there's a lot of negative toxic things in that. Like it's not really even food. It's just a something that is engineered to taste amazing.
Yes. It's the taste that makes you addicted.
Yeah. And and you get like a crash as well, right? Like if you have a big feed of chocolate or chips, you just get a crash. Like your insulin spikes and you don't feel like doing anything. You certainly don't feel like working or going for a run.
Yeah, you just want to lay down and do
Yeah.
nothing.
Carb coma. We call them carb comas in Australia. I'm not sure if you call them that. Let's talk quickly about like your involvement with the youth or the church that you work with, Han. Like what do you do for them guys?
Oh, last time, boss, we paused for the boot distribution because we realized that the kids need the school supplies first because the school started 2 weeks ago, and we were able to distribute school supplies for 88 students.
Wow.
We were able to I don't know where the money comes from, but it's just there.
Wow. That's amazing. Did Virtual Spotter pay for some of them gumboots?
Not yet, boss, but I don't know what.
Have you spoke to John? Has John's got all that information?
Not yet, boss, but I'll try to tell it to her.
Yeah. If you can find out, because we want to contribute to that, right? So whether it's an invoice or whatever, like flick it over to John's and we'll get that sorted out, because it makes me incredibly happy that we can not only support you and all the volunteer work that you do, but also like help support the next generation of maybe virtual spotters, maybe, which would be pretty cool.
I'm trying to teach them basic English just to help them, to learn a bit more about the language because they're living near the mountain. So internet is not really accessible.
Right. I think you do a wonderful job with them, and like all your volunteer work like I notice it, right? Like it takes a lot of your time, it takes a lot of your energy, but like these little kids are going to remember it forever. You're a very big part of their life.
And you're going to be a part of it too.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to be able to be. Han, it's been wonderful to sit down and chat with you again. I appreciate you very much. You do a wonderful job in Virtual Spotter. We're very grateful to have you in our leadership team. Yeah, you're very caring, you're very kind, and I'm very grateful to have you in my life. I appreciate all the work you do for Virtual Spotter, and we'll talk really soon.
I'll see you soon, boss. Thank you so much.
Salamat. See you, boss. Bye. Boss Hannah. Absolute Lodi. There's a few things that I didn't know about Hannah, which is pretty cool. I didn't know she moved out a year ago. But yeah, she's a very hardworking, very caring, and I'm extremely grateful to have her in the team of Virtual Spotter. We're all much better for having her. Thank you so much for joining in for 11 with My Lodi. Until next week, peace.